You're listening to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Each week, I'm going to be interviewing top realtors from coast to coast to give you a backstage pass on how they've created their amazing real estate empires and how you can copy them. Hi, this is Craig Proctor, and welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Today, my special guest is Tim Evans, superstar realtor from Arizona. Tim's been a long-time Craig Proctor member, very entrepreneurial. Today, we're going to talk about cash offers and how that's changing the real estate landscape. Tim, welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show.
Hey, Craig, thanks for having. I was counting up this morning the years that Carol Royse, my mom, and I've been with you. I think we're clipping on 24 years now. Early 2000 is when Carol found you, 2001. So long time.
It is a long time, and it's been a great time working with you. Let's do this a little bit backwards. Normally, we start off with, whoever I'm interviewing, they tell their backstory and how they met me and a little bit about them. But to follow marketing Proctor, let's make sure that everyone understands why they should be listening to this interview. So we're going to do this a little bit backwards by having Tim talk about what this interview is going to be about, and then I'll have him talk about how we met in our backstory. So what's changing in real estate? What things are you doing right now, Tim, that have caused a tremendous shift in your business and the other Craig Proctor members that you've been working with?
Yeah, just to really focus in, consumer behavior is shifting, and it's shifting right before us. I think the pandemic changed a lot of things for us, but really accelerated quite a few things. Sellers are looking to do the sell of their home quick, fast, easy. They want to know the convenience piece of it, and they want to know is there any certainty behind what you're offering. And a lot of these cash companies have come up out of ground, and we started this about 3 years ago with multiple cash offers from major institutions all across the U.S. Sort of like an Expedia, Craig, where you can put in a flight, hotel, car rental, and it just gives you the best rate. That's what we've created a platform around, where it will give you the best offer from any institution, and a consumer doesn't know where to go look or hunt. But just to go back to the consumer, they've really changed. Craig, we've talked about this many times with looking for cash and to check out and move forward. It's just a push of the button. And they don't seem to mind if they lose 30, 40,000 in equity on a $500,000 home to pay for the convenience. And certainly the numbers are definitely showing that. Almost 40% of the U.S. homes last year in 2023 sold in cash. Now, some of those were finance, but many of those were institutions on the backside that didn't go through the MLS or didn't go through real estate normal means. So the numbers out there are pretty astounding.
So what you're saying is homeowners would prefer not to sell their house the traditional way. The fact that they can get a immediate cash offer, they can choose their closing date, they don't have to do repairs, they don't have to go through weeks or often months and months of showings, inconvenience, and lose their privacy. That has value in the homeowner. Now they would prefer to sell their house without listing it with a real estate agent.
Yeah, that's correct. This industry, believe it or not, is becoming just like the car industry, like Uber, Amazon, where people can push the button, get what they want, and move on, and not have to deal on a Sunday morning having a real estate agent call them at 8:30 in the morning and said, "Hey, I'm going to be there in 10 minutes. Get out."
So this is about convenience.
It's about convenience. It's all about convenience. And the other piece of certainty. They're moving out of state. They want to get stuck with owning two homes, right? We know what that challenge is. So they want to know what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. And the more we get in time in the future, the more we're connecting these dots with that certainty and convenience. Yeah.
So how many of you watching this would agree that that is an emerging trend over the last couple of years since the pandemic? We all know there's iBuyer companies out there. You go to their website, you enter your address, you get an immediate cash offer. What Tim's doing is Tim is providing the homeowner a number of cash offers. So not just one cash offer, like if I go to OfferPad or one of the other iBuyer companies, Open Door, you get one offer. This is a portal that Tim would show the seller, and the seller could see potentially 4, 5, 6, or even more cash offers, and they could pick the cash offer that's best for them, because it's not just the price, it's the other terms of the offer as well. That's got to be pretty compelling to the seller, that they can contact you and they can get immediately 5 or 6 or 7 or more cash offers, and they can pick the one that's best for them, or they could choose to do it the traditional way and list their home with you.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Craig. For example, we have a straight cash offer. It's a pretty good offer that allows the owner just to move straight out. And then we have another offer that's the sell and lease back. The company will cash them out, and the seller can stay up to 12 months. Say they're looking for a new home, right? And they need 3 or 4 months. They can't find it in a real tough market where there isn't a lot of inventory. That really is beneficial. So they're not selling themselves out of house and home, or if they're building a new build, they need 9 months. That offer is also great if there's any financial distress where they need to repair some credit or repair some issues where they can afford to buy a new home in 9, 10, 11 months. So great, way to really connect dots with the homeowners that have certain needs out there. And when you walk in with 7, 8 offers that have different kind of terms and different things that will help them, along with your guaranteed price offer, Craig, that we have in the system, it really speaks to the seller, because it's about getting them what they are looking for and what they want. Many times they do want a listing, right? They do want it listed, but they don't necessarily understand that. But they're going to go to the cash offer first to see what that brings. And it's about capturing that information, capturing that lead, and going in and helping that homeowner figure out.
Okay, so let's unpack it. You said a lot of great things here. Everyone watching, would you agree that you would have a lot more home sellers contacting you if you offered cash offers? Okay, they don't know what the cash offer is until they meet with you. And some of the homeowners will take one of the 5 or 6 cash offers, and the cash offers are coming from independent companies, investment companies, okay, which Tim has organized. And if you're interested in this, we can tell you more about how this would work. But could you imagine being able to promote in your community that if you want to sell your house, we can give you an instant cash offer. We can give you multiple cash offers. Not like, hey, if your home doesn't sell, we'll buy it. We offer that, but in addition to, hey, if your home doesn't sell in X amount of days, we'll buy it for the pre-agreed upfront number in writing that we've agreed to, we also are going to bring to the table 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other cash offers. Now, just promoting that to sellers in your marketplace, I think you would agree, you would get a lot more sellers calling you. They may be calling you because you're curious. They want to investigate this. And many of the sellers will potentially list their home with you if they don't accept one of the cash offers. So this is a play on convenience and certainty, as Tim has indicated. That's what home sellers want. And Tim is providing home sellers in his marketplace and across the country with more options. I think we would agree that sellers would prefer to have more options, not less options. And traditionally in real estate, we have one option, which is list your home with me, and gee, I hope it'll sell. So the seller doesn't know for sure if the home will sell. The seller doesn't know for sure what it's going to sell for. They don't know when they're going to get the money. They don't know what repairs or things that they're going to need to do to the home to get it sold. So there's a lot of what's and where's. There's a lot of uncertainty in selling your home. But in today's marketplace, for the person that wants to buy another house, they're expected to go with a cash offer. So to get your offer accepted, you have to go with a cash offer, but you're not really sure that you're going to get your home sold in time or what it's going to sell for, what you're going to net in your pocket, unless you do something like this. Okay, you get an immediate cash offer, which gives you, first of all, the confidence, but now you can really negotiate strong because you can go with a cash offer on the next home that you want to buy. How many of you are interested in how this would work? Okay, instead of saying to a seller, hey, here's what I do to market your home to try to find a buyer, we can do it that way. Or here's 6 or 7 other cash offers that you can go with. Okay, and they look at the cash offers on this dashboard. It's pretty compelling, right? Some of them are going to go with cash, one of the different cash offers. Some of them are going to list their home, but either way, you win, because here's a seller that wouldn't have called you otherwise. If you were just saying, you know, I'm Joe Blow with a real estate agent and I can sell your home and I like my clients and I work hard and I'm a great negotiator like everybody else. You've got something that you can offer sellers that is very, very compelling. It's something that they want.
Yeah, Craig, just to so the listeners know how it works, is one of the things that I really worked hard on over the last couple of years is a lot of these institutions want a lot of information before they offer, and they have built in their AVMs, their CRMs, the offer that would kick out with very little information. So we got in with their tech. Now we can kick these offers out within just an address, a little bit of information. I mean, it's very simple, and it comes to you in seconds. So from a marketing perspective, it's phenomenal. And there's so many different applications, people that own second homes, rentals, going through divorce attorneys, people going into a new build, doing an open house. That buyer comes in and has a home to sell. You're able right there at the kitchen counter, show them offers on that home. And then you also are starting to build up a portfolio of homes that are off-market properties that you can show to buyers, and you can get every buyer to sign your rep agreement. So there's a backside of this as well. So there's a lot of punch in this, and we're uncovering a lot at a rapid pace. I've only got so much time here, but it definitely changes the game for you in all kinds of different marketing aspects. So Todd said it really well the other day. You're looking for, if you open up a hamburger joint, not looking for hungry customers, look for starving customers. And that's really a key thing. I took that to heart, and that's really true. So all the different marketing aspects of this offer compels to every situation, almost every different type of homeowner out there that will raise their hand to you, and they will chase you down. You guys, I'm sure you know how this works. Try to call people that don't call you back. They'll chase you down for that offer. So they're reaching out to you, calling you
That's
back.
the key. That's the key, isn't it, Tim?
Yeah.
How do you know if
hunting
you've
you
got a
down.
great offer? Because you don't have to call people, they're calling you.
Yeah, they're hunting you down
They're
versus you
hunting you
hunting them
down.
down.
And,
Yeah.
and you know, it all comes down to your offer. For most real estate agents, they have a weak offer. You know, their offer to home sellers is, I'll give you a free market evaluation, or I'll tell you what the homes in your neighborhood have sold for. All information the home seller, by the way, can find on their own. I'm a great, I'm a great negotiator. I've lived in this town for 17 years. I really love my clients. That's the offer that most real estate agents make. And because it's a weak offer, you don't have a lot of people calling you. So then you have to resort to generating leads or buying leads from Zillow or whatever. And you know, people aren't picking up the phone. And when you do get 1 out of 100 on the phone, they blow you off and they say, I'm not interested. How would you like to not do that? Well, you fix your offer.
Yeah.
Okay. We start with fixing our offer. What is it that home buyers and sellers want? And you mentioned a minute ago, buyers want information on homes that they can't readily get on their own, like unlisted and off-market properties. So we're able to help buyers get what they want, and it's something they can't find on their own. It's something that's not being offered by other real estate agents. Can everybody see how this is a game changer? Many of you watching this, perhaps you don't know my background, but when I started in real estate, I knew nothing about sales or marketing, never sold anything in my life. But within 3 years, I became the top agent in the world for RE/MAX, not because I was the best agent or most experienced. Obviously, I'd only had my license for 36 months, but I had a better offer. Okay. I went from being a nobody to a somebody in real estate, becoming the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world with one statement: your home sold guaranteed, or I'll buy it. Okay. I offered something that the public really wanted. Now, as a real estate agent, you might not like this. You might not like what Tim and I are talking about, but understand that doesn't matter. You might say, well, this is a bait and switch. No, we really have investors that buy properties. This is something that really works. You could choose to turn this off, It's your business, right? You can choose to ignore all of this, but you are literally costing you and your family hundreds of thousands of dollars by not leaning in and finding out more about this. Now, Tim has spent an enormous amount of time getting the investors. Okay. He's
That's
working
not
with Wall
easy.
Street companies, and Wall Street wants to buy real estate. I was looking at a statistic in Texas for last year. I think it was something like, you probably know better than me, 28% of the homes that were sold in the state of Texas sold to cash investors.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does the little guy, the average buyer, compete with Wall Street buyers? Now, Wall Street has really changed their attitude about residential real estate in the last few years. They didn't really want to bother with residential real estate, and now they see it as an asset. It used to be, we'll buy the house, we'll fix it up, turn around and flip it. But now these are long time holds for Wall Street companies, hedge funds, et cetera, pension funds. They're coming in, they're buying residential real estate with a plan that, yeah, we might fix them up, but we don't even care if we pay $10,000 or $20,000 more for the house, because this play is not about buying it and flipping it. It's about buying real estate and holding real estate for 20 or 30 years. So 28% of the homes in the state of Texas were sold to investors. And this is happening all over the country. So we got two things going on here, right? We got Wall Street interested in buying residential real estate, and we have the consumer who's very, very used to and attracted to the sell now button. How many of us, how many of us use Uber Eats? And Subway Sub is literally 5 minutes down the street. And if you got in your car and you drove over to Subway, you could buy the sub for a really nice sub for $8, but you will pay $20 to have the sub delivered to your house. Why? Convenience. See, we all believe, well, what the seller wants is the lowest commission rate. And I'm sure there's some sellers that do, but really what they want is the most net in their pocket in the most convenience way. So convenience is the reason why Amazon is one of the most valuable companies in the world. I can go there, get anything you can imagine, and press a button and have it delivered later today or tomorrow. Why would I even go to a retail store?
Right.
It's funny because my wife took my son to the local mall, and he dug in his heels. He's like, "Mom, nobody goes to the mall anymore." And she says, "No, I just got to pick up a few things." And my son said to my wife, "Well, the mall, that's just for old people." And my wife kind of laughed it off. Anyway, she drags my son to the mall. And sure enough, my wife says she gets inside the mall, and inside the mall was just older people, right? Because that's my son's version of retail shopping is, when we were younger, Tim, we go to the mall to hang out, right? And we still go to the mall, but that's not a thing for his generation, right? It's like, no, if I want something, I go to Amazon, I go online, I press a button, it's delivered to me later that day. So convenience is very, very big. We see in the automotive industry, we see Carvana, where I can buy the car online. I can buy any brand, any type of car, BMW, Mercedes, whatever. They'll deliver the car to me. They guarantee the lowest price, no haggling. I can pick out all the options, features I want. They deliver the car. I can try right to my driveway.
Yeah.
I can drive that car for 30 days. If I don't like it, they'll come and pick it up.
We're seeing all the major car dealerships here in Phoenix, same thing. And I think that, for homes, selling, it's no different. I really don't think it's any different. I think people at night, when they think of, Mr. and Mrs., they're thinking of selling their home. They're not thinking when they're lying there talking about it, what real estate agent we're going to call. I think they're saying, "Hey, do you think we're going to get 650 for the home? Are we going to get our price? If we get 600, what is that going to look like? If we get 575, are we going to be able to do this?"
Yeah, you nailed it. They want the result more than a relationship with an agent.
So yeah, they're looking to sell their home, not list their home, right? There's a big difference between the two. So when you come with the sell aspect of here's how you can sell your home, here's the easy way of doing it, the hand gets raised a lot easier and a lot more frequent in those circumstances. When you bring that kind of message and offer to them, they're looking to do that. So they're going to
I found that as soon as you and I started offering the guaranteed sale program, your mom Carol, who's watching here, as soon as we offered the guaranteed sale program, guaranteed offer on your home, we'll buy your home for cash. It was a game changer. And I remember sitting at the kitchen table at the seller's kitchen table, and on the refrigerator, they had all the paraphernalia from their last agent. Okay, who's this? Oh, this lady here. She sold me, 3 homes, and she sends me a calendar. I got all her fridge magnets and things. But when it came down to who they were going to list the house with, the offer trumped the relationship every single time.
It does.
Right. I would say, well, you got to list with me to get the guarantee. And even though they just told me that their Uncle Joe was a real estate agent, they threw Uncle Joe under the bus,
Oh,
their friend, their relative immediately, because I was able to offer them the result that they wanted. So
here's
real estate agents believe, well, I'm part of the, I'm this important part of the transaction, and they want me, and they want this fuzzy feeling, they want this relationship. Nope, they want the result. And if you can give them that result, you can give them the highest price in their time period. Okay, they get to pick the closing. If you can get them
we
that
see this,
result,
Craig. Yeah, we see this all the time. Yeah. I mean, what
it's
you're just saying, we had this case the other day. The agent sold 3 homes for this client that called us on the offer, and they had a wonderful relationship. They felt horrible that they were going to have to call this agent and say that they've chosen an offer, but it was about the result. And that's what it does, is it puts you in front of everybody else, and you get that seller what they're looking for and the result they're looking for. And every time it trumps out. So anyways, I'll let you keep, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but you're absolutely right.
By the way, we have information. I don't know if my virtual background, you can see this, but we have a free report on 7 essential strategies to make money on buyers in the current market. And if you want to get information on this, just drop in your email address into the comments below. Drop in your email address and we can get you some more information about this. If you joined us late, I am speaking to Tim Evans, a longtime Craig Proctor member, and his mom, Carol Royse. They've been longtime Proctor members for like 20 years. One of the most successful brokerages in the state of Arizona, in the country for that matter. And they're very, very innovative. They're early adopters of the Craig Proctor Guaranteed Sale Program. And what we've been talking about is providing your sellers with not one cash offer, but multiple cash offers to be able to promote and advertise, hey, I can get you several cash offers on your property, okay? Or we can sell it the traditional way. We've been talking about how convenience is more important to home sellers than ever before, and that home sellers will try to avoid selling their home the traditional way if they can find another solution to months and months of having their home on the market, and the inconvenience and the loss of their privacy. Now, is this every home seller? No, it's not every home seller, but we can get a lot of home sellers to contact us. Some will take the cash offers. Some will decide that they're going to list their home and do it the traditional way. But either way, we can help them. Now, Tim, I said we're going to do this backwards, where usually we start off talking a little bit about your background with us and then talk about the topic, but we've got such a great topic. It was kind of like the headline for an ad. You always want to go with your
I know.
hook
It's just
first.
like, yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to get right with a hook to hook in the audience here about cash offers and what you're doing. But let's go backwards now and talk about how you and Carol met me, and sort of how this relationship has worked over the last 20 years.
Yeah, we met you through Dave Jinks.
Yep.
Yeah, Gary Keller's right-hand guy, wrote the Millionaire Real Estate.
Co-author of the Millionaire
Dave,
Real Estate Agent.
Great guy. He's no longer with us today, but Dave said, hey, you need to check Craig out. He's really great coach. And this is back in the early 2000s. Mentioned that to Carol and Vicky. I wasn't at the first conference. I came in about a year later to help Carol's business out. I was an independent agent trying to figure things out on my own. I figured it was better to be a team. So anyways, about a year later, 2002, 2003, I got wrapped up. First conference Craig, I went to, I was just absolutely blown away, because you guys, you think so different outside the box, but spot on to what the consumer is looking for, right? You don't look at yourself traditionally as normal real estate agents do, but how the consumer is going to react and respond to an offer and offers, right? And that's the important thing, different offers. And you had this from the early, well, from 90s all the way through. We studied and watched you, and we just tried to implement as much as we could. And I will tell you, even through the rough years, that 07, 08 timeframe, we did very well following your program all the way into where we currently are now. We have learned so much, and we keep learning. Every conference, I don't know, there's been 100 conferences, and I think on a hand, I think we've missed 4 conferences. So we are plugged in. We're very excited to always come and learn. And we learn every time we go, we learn because there's sharp people around us.
Well, on that note, you've really queued me up to talk about our next conference, by the way, is going to be in Toronto on April the 3rd. And if you go to my website, craigproctor.com, you can get information on how to register for the conference. But here's the theme since I got into real estate. And I know you and Carol, your team, share the same attitude, which is the more we're like every other agent, the more we conform to industry norms, the worse we do. And the more that we focus on what it is that buyers and sellers really want, forget about how everyone else does it and how everyone else promotes themselves. If we focus on one thing, what do the buyers today really, really want? And what do the sellers really want? So let's start with the buyers. If you offer buyers, if you know, the traditional offer is, I'm going to email you the homes that are on the internet. Now, it's laughable when we think about it, right? But if you listen to 99% of real estate agents today, their big offer to buyers, their big hook to get a buyer to work with them is they'd say, I'm really good. You know, I've been in real estate for X amount of years. I really care about my customers. I'm going to email you daily updates of the homes on the MLS, which translates to the buyer of, okay, this is the stuff I can find by myself on the internet. And I'm a great negotiator. Well, here's the problem. Buyers are onto the fact that everything that you just said, they can do on their own. They can go online, they can do a search. Now that they can find all the houses online, the ones you're offering anyway, they also know who the listing agent is. So you know the part where you said, I'm a great negotiator? Some buyers think, well, you know what? Maybe I could do better without you. You know, I'm going to represent your best interest. Well, some of the buyers think, well, maybe I should represent my own or my family's best interest. I'll go around you. I'll go directly to the listing agent. Maybe I'll save more money doing it that way. Now, I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying that's how buyers think today. So we come along and we say, well, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, we can also email you daily updates of all the homes that, sure, you could find them yourself on Zillow, on the internet, on 18 different portals, but we can also get you access to hard to find properties. Now they're interested. Yeah, distress sales, you know, bank foreclosures, unlisted and off-market homes, homes that are not available to the open public. Let's stop there for a minute. If you knew how to do this, if you knew how to offer buyers not only the homes they could find without you on the internet, but if you could offer them the best deals, and let's face it, the best deals sell before they're publicly available. If you knew how to do that, do you think you would have a better offer? If you could say to buyers, I can get you access to all the listings from all the other real estate companies, and I can get you access to unlisted, off-market, distress sales, and bank foreclosures, and this is a free service. How many of them would say yes to you? Now, for homeowners, instead of saying, would you like a free CMA? Would you like to know what your house is worth? I'm a great agent. I'm a great negotiator. What if you could say, call me and I can get you 7 instant cash offers on your home by tonight? What do you think is better? So this is about having the best offer. I know what we believe. We believe if I'm the best agent, that should do the trick. Does everybody see where we're going with this? There's a lot of you watching this right now that are great real estate agents. Here's the problem, though. Tim has a better offer than you have. You can be mad about it. You can jump up and down all you want, but being a great agent isn't enough. We know there's lots of great, experienced, honest, hardworking real estate agents all over the country that are suffering right now. Now, let's go back to Craig Proctor. How do you explain how within 36 months of me getting my real estate license, I was named the top real estate agent in the entire country. How? Was I the most experienced? No. Did I have a huge database of past clients? Nope.
It's the
I
offer.
had a better offer, right? I had a better offer. Your home sold or I'll buy
And
it.
the more you got that offer out in your new market area, in your area where you were, the better it just, the more omnipresence you became, Craig, the more dominant. You couldn't get it out there enough.
Home sellers who had a real estate agent, had a relationship with real
Yes.
estate agents who had sold them 3 or 4 or 5 homes were calling me, not their best friend, not their uncle. Because we think, well, this is about relationships. Yes, I will agree, all things equal, right? If Tim and I offer the same stuff and Tim went to high school with the prospect, they're going to call Tim because I don't offer anything that Tim, but if I offer something that's bigger and better to the prospect, even though Tim's their best friend, they're going to call me. Okay. So the best offer wins. Now I get it. That might not apply to your, brother, sister, mother, father, the people that have to list with you or they have to buy with you. But if you want to be successful in real estate, let's all agree you have to learn how to do business with strangers, with people that don't care about you or you don't have any relationship. And this is what Tim and Carol bring
Just,
to the table.
I got a phone with an agent yesterday, and just quick little testimonial. He onboarded last week, Greg, 32 appointments already in 1 week, listing appointments. Here's what he's doing. He's calling expireds that canceled a year or two ago. He's calling these folks and just saying, are you still the homeowner? What happened? Why did your home didn't sell? And they share a little bit of information. He says, if I bring you a cash offer that will meet what you're looking for and are you still interested in selling? We can do this right now. And he's getting appointment after appointment after appointment. This isn't the newly expireds. These are expireds that have been going on for a year or two. And I was just blown away.
And everyone can
32
see
appointments in 1 week.
every other real estate agent is calling that expired listing, wanting their listing. And this conversation is, would you like a guaranteed cash offer on your home?
Yes. At your price, and we can make that happen. And
I can get you between 5 and 7 offers today. What time's a good time to meet? This, because you're solving their problem. They don't want to list their house. No. They want to get their house sold, right? The buyer doesn't want information they can get online about properties without you. They're going to do that without you. You better have something that they need you for. If you don't have an offer that they want so badly that they can't get on their own, that they're not going to call you. Right. So this is how we know. This is the test. You guys watching this can tell me, do you have a ton of buyers calling you every week? Do you have a ton of sellers? Then your offer is not very strong. Either you don't have a strong offer or you're not marketing that offer, right? Either people don't know what you've got, right? Or you don't have anything. Maybe you don't have a great offer and you're advertising a lot to a lot of people, something that people don't see value in, right? But if you've got something that they really want and you do a good job of getting the word out and promoting it, you will have an overflow of business. How else can you explain how I was able to transform my business from a nobody in real estate, never sold anything in my life, knew nothing about marketing, to the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world? Now, here's what I did. Ever since that was 30 years ago, and my mission over the last 30 years is to tell everybody else how I did it. That's what I did with Tim and Carol. Our relationship for 20 years is, in the beginning, this is how I did it. And every day, this is what's changing. We want to be years and years and years ahead of the competition. The conversations that our group has, nobody else is even having these conversations. We are light years ahead of what the conversations that other real estate agents are having. And so you can get up to speed by getting more information. Again, if you drop in your email address, we'll get you some more information because you probably have more questions and answers. In fact, if this interview went on for another half an hour, you would just have more questions.
Yeah. So Craig, this was a telling. So this is another section that's coming out here in 2 weeks. 1st of April, this is launching. Did you know that most of your local area investors, if you do a deal with them, they'll pay you 3%? So what we did is we're incorporating all of that into the platform. So if you're an agent sitting in Toronto, Canada, let's say, and you have 4 or 5 investors that are, that text you every day, hey, if you got any homes, I'll buy them or whatever, right? We all get these. We all get these texts or these emails, right? Every one of us do. Now you can load that investor. We have a specific buy box criteria that'll show up as an instant offer. One, that way you can go get more listings, more seller signs. But did you know that you can get paid on the back end from that investor that's built in? So if they do another deal, if you allow, or they do another deal with another agent, you know who gets paid? You do. So we're starting to control that piece, that environment out there, which absolutely blew me away, that there's thousands of these investors buy 10, 20, 30 homes a year, and they're good offers. Nobody thought to put them in a box, right? And say, okay, here it is. Here's all the off-market properties. Bid till your heart desires, right? Go ahead, have at it. But as the agent in this program, you're the one benefiting it through the referral, through connecting them into the platform where you get paid. And then you can obviously leverage those offers instantly, because that's what we figured out. It's not about just getting the offer and waiting 3 or 4 days. It's about getting it now. That's where the marketability comes, right? When you're with anybody at any given time, sitting in front of a seller and you can punch it in and you got 15 offers. Same with the qualified buyer. We're working on that. That's the next push in about 2 months, where any qualified buyers out there will funnel into this and they'll show up for a seller as an offer, right? Whatever their qualification is, say they're at 600, they will show up with a 550 to 600 offer if they're qualified. Up to that range, you can put their information, 4-bed, 3-bath, boom, and that qualified buyer will show up. So not only how this will work is you have your local investors, the big institutions, but any qualified buyer looking to offer on that home, it will show up for that seller. So if the seller doesn't like the offers, you say, well, I have 13 qualified buyers that are qualified. This home is a match. When is this Saturday too soon to bring these guys by? Now I'm going to share with you, any seller in the right mind is not going, they're going to sign up with you. This program, they will sign that agreement with you to bring those buyers over that's qualified. That's where we're going with this. Just so
as you describe this, what's interesting is, as real estate agents, our whole listing presentation is based around, who you are, the company. I'm with Remax. We've got this balloon, your brokerage, your designations. And then a big part of the listing presentation is focused on, well, if you were to list your home with me, this is what I would do to advertise and promote your home to try to find a buyer. How many of you would agree? The listing presentation's focus is on all the things that you're going to do to try to find a buyer for the seller's house. Look what Tim just did. Here are the buyers.
Right.
The presentation's done. Here's Tim's presentation. He opens his laptop and he says, here's 7 buyers. Which one do you like? That's his presentation.
Yeah,
matches your presentation, and you're up against him. Your presentation is, well, I've lived in the community for 17 years. In fact, my father was a real estate agent, and I work with Remax, and we've got the balloon, and at Christmas we do the toy drive, and we're gonna if you list with us, we're gonna you got to be out of the house. We're gonna do the virtual tours, and then we got open houses planned, and every time there's a showing, it'd be best if you could gather up the kids and the dog and get in the car and drive out around the corner and sit in the rain, and hopefully the showing. Do you see how this is much better? So folks, get coached up on a superior offer. There's nothing wrong with you as an agent. You're completely qualified to do this. You don't have to learn more about how to become a better agent. You're already good at that. What you need are buyers that want to buy and sellers that want to sell. What you need is an offer that causes an overflow of clients to come to you. You're perfectly equipped to help buyers and sellers, but you got to have the right offer.
Yeah, and I guess just where this all came from. I went back in 2016. We were in Orlando, Florida at one of the conferences, and you said something, and it was some of the small things you say, Craig, that really resonated. And I never let this thought go. You said, what if the MLS didn't exist? How would you service a client? How would you help a client? Where would you go? What would you do? How would you market that home? And Craig, you did through the years, you did a wonderful, masterful job of putting homes out there to folks where they could see in the magazines and all the good work that you did. And that was really a launch point for me to think, okay, if the MLS went away today, how could we sell homes? And this is what I've come
And
up.
by the way, the MLS may go away because the MLS is a commission sharing portal. And if we're not allowed to share the commission, if we're not allowed to, because of these lawsuits, we're not allowed to offer through the listing agent a commission share to the buyer broker. If we're not allowed to share commissions, why do we need MLS? If an MLS is a commission sharing portal and there is no commission sharing, maybe the MLSs go away. Why would you need a commission sharing portal if commission sharing is not allowed?
So
We have
really,
a question. We have a question here for you, Tim.
yeah,
This
really
is
deep thought in that.
from
Yeah, go ahead.
Gretchen. It says, okay, so Gretchen wants to know, okay, so I like this, but how do you get these cash offers?
Well, through REITs, institutions, hedge funds, we attract, we attract all the offers through major, like iBuying platforms, but they're institutions. It's Wall Street money.
How many years have you worked on this, Tim?
4.
Okay.
My
That's
4th year.
the answer to the question, Gretchen, is
Okay.
Tim for 4 years is been meeting with Wall Street, hedge funds, serious players to line up the investors. Okay. And he's continuing to work on it. Okay. So you don't have to worry about finding the buyers. Tim has done that work.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get involved, and all you have to know is I show up. And we're opening this in Canada soon. I show up at the seller's house. I open my laptop. You might want to do this before you show up at their home because you want to know exactly how many offers you've got. But you're going to have several offers for the seller to choose from. And I don't know if we probably should have done a screen share on this. Are you able to do that? Do a screen share and show up to show one of the panels of what this would look like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Tim's going to pull this up. So Gretchen, we're going to pretend you're my seller.
Oh,
So
yeah, let me enable.
can he share here? Let's see. I think you have to be hey, Faith, make sure that Tim is set up as whatever co-host here so he can share. And as you can tell, we didn't plan on doing this, but if we can, yeah, you can share now. So you show up at the seller's house. Why are you at the seller's house? Because you were able to advertise, I can get you an instant cash offer. Okay. You type in the seller's address, and we're going to show you what you're going to be able to demonstrate to the homeowner.
So let's see. What's one of your rental property? Carol's here. Give me a rental property. Carol, I'm just showing you real time how it works. Give me a rental property. You have your like
150 North Bradley.
150 North.
Hi, Carol.
Good morning.
How you doing?
And that's in Chandler. Okay.
There's Carol.
Yeah, Carol's just popped in.
If you want to know what Tim's mummy looks like, there you go. There's Carol, the founder.
So we're in the dashboard. We just added a property in, so we're just gonna generate the offers here. So anyways, 150 North Bradley Drive. This is one of Carol's rentals that she has. So but anyways, so I'll put my name in. So you just put your name in, and then you can put this is all good for your customer, and then the phone number. This is the way you can track anything through the dashboard. I'm upgrading. I'm looking to move ASAP. Next. It's how many beds, Carol?
And by the way, you've got all this information on any prospect that goes there.
Single level, right?
So you're capturing leads, but check this out. We're doing this in real time. This was not rehearsed.
Yep.
1995.
Okay, I'm asking Carol a few questions on the house.
Okay.
What do you say the estimated value? You
The estimated value 480.
480. Okay. All right, so we're going to hit next, and then we'll submit for initial offers. Now, there's the house.
Mhm.
So in a few minutes, we'll have we'll have the offers. Okay. So it's that quick. But as you go through your properties, as you're like dealing with for sale by owners, expired, secondary homes, second owner occupied type properties, you are now getting a dashboard and collection of off market properties. I'm sorry, off market properties that you can share with any buyer out there and say, hey, we can absolutely find what you're looking for. We can filter it down and we can get you exactly what you're looking for. Okay. So when you're with a buyer, this is a big tool for every off-market property to connect with that buyer to say, we can get you properties that are not on the internet. All right.
Which is really important at open houses, Craig. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here's the offers. That's how quick it was. She said it was a 480 value offers. So we've got an offer here at 505, 462, 452, 346. Okay. So that's really strong. Now I've just did that in a matter of seconds.
I'll take the 505.
She'll take it.
Now, if I'm the seller and I don't like any of these offers, I can still choose to have you guys just list the house the normal way, put it on MLS, go through weeks of showings. I can do it that way too.
Yeah. So this is what
the difference is you're sitting at my kitchen table now, right?
Yeah.
So you've got an opportunity to get my listing if I don't like any of these cash offers.
Yeah. So right here, we're doing that. So guaranteed price offer, hot ready buyers, all buyers will say. So we're just putting in that note. We want to put an expiration date on this offer, just like the other offers. Okay. So we're just going to say it's good until April 4th. Our offer amount is $525. That's our listing price. Our commission is, we charge 7%. We do have an admin fee of $19.95. And we also have closing cost of 1%. You can do that as a percentage. That's Arizona typical closing costs. Some states are different. So we just add that offer in. Okay. Now that offer just came in, guaranteed price offer right there. That's the listing. Bingo. It's right there. There you go. And then if you had a qualified buyer, you see how this goes? We could type in a qualified buyer that's qualified for 525, 550. You can add that in, any of your qualified buyers. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. If I'm meeting any other real estate agent out there, I've already know what the seller wants. So we're already talking shop and how to get the home sold, not listing it. So we're getting to the money piece of this pretty quick. You can see all the offer sheets right here. Everything's right there, how the offers work, all the terms, all the conditions. There's your guaranteed price offer right there, hot ready buyers. You can see how it breaks down. So we put all the information. If you wanted to accept the offer, you just here finalize the offer that accepts it. It's easy as that. If you want to see the net sheet on that particular offer, you can do that right there, and that gives you all the details of that offer. So we've made it very, very easy for you. We also have a consumer front facing side of this, which is really nice. But anyways, this is how it works, Craig, and pretty straightforward.
They know the guaranteed price offer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they know the guaranteed price is your listing offer.
Mm-hmm.
You can add the offers in, very straightforward. And you can submit for additional offers that, where we need some photos, whatnot. You can present it to the client, pretty easy. This is the client. So the client can see the offer details, anything with the offer like that. There's the homeward offer or the guaranteed offer they can see. Okay, there you go.
All right. If you have questions on this, folks, make sure you type your questions into the comments, and we'll either get to them while we're live or we'll answer them after we're done here. Here's another question that's come in. Cynthia says, what website is Tim going to find these off-market properties? Thank you.
Yeah, it's our internal platform that we have that you guys have access through Craig. That's through the YHScashoffer.com. That's the website, YHScashoffers.com. That's where you sign up.
Question from Virginia. When will this be available in Canada? And how do I stay in the know about the launch?
Within a couple of weeks, you'll have access to investors there that you can launch this in Canada. I think it's great to put in offers now, right? I would be doing like Craig's offers crazy in Canada, even though there's not maybe a big institution in there, excuse me, right today. But if anybody has the best offers out there, you got your guaranteed sell offer, you got your 100% of asking price offer. You've Rudy's doing like our bid offer in California. He's and then any investor offer.
You know, that's an important point that we didn't
And
mention.
you would offer something. Yeah.
The important thing that we haven't mentioned yet is you're not the only one doing this. Maybe you can talk about some of the other Craig Proctor members that have been utilizing this tool and doing extremely well with it.
Yeah. Rudy is, I mean,
That's Rudy Kasuma. He's
Rudy Kasumi.
He's in California.
Yeah, he's loading in, you know, all the offers we have plus 5 or 6 other offers that he has, Craig's offers, and absolutely every listing he's going on, they're either taking the offer or they're taking one of Craig's offer, right? It's all displayed. So the customer sits there and says, well, I don't like the price of the institution offer, but Rudy, I like your guaranteed price, or I like your RBID offer, or whatever, your home sold guaranteed offer. He's got them listed. And they say, how does that work? This is what happens in the conversation. It's the seller says, how does that work? They see the price, right? They like it. And the next question is how does it work? And
okay, so would this be a fair statement? Yeah. You're not spending all this time trying to talk the seller into listing their home with you. The conversation is about which offer they want to take.
Right. And how does it work?
Yeah. How many of you think that's pretty cool? Right? You're not, you're not saying, well, I do this and, Remax is better than Century. And no, you're not spending a whole bunch of time convincing them that you're the person or the company for the job. The conversation's about which offer they want to take.
Yeah.
Because we think in real estate, the industry norm is, oh, well, they want a real estate agent and they want our relationship and they want to have, the standard is we go on the market for months and months and maybe your house will sell and maybe it won't. And you lose your privacy for months and you've got to escape out of your house with your kids and your dog every time there's a showing, got to go through all the virtual. They don't want that. Who decided they want that, right? When you come up with a better offer, they're going to call you. I'm going to remind everybody, how else do we explain that Craig Proctor never sold anything in his life? I didn't even like houses. Never knew anything about marketing, got into the business and I was failing because I was doing what they told me to do. Door knocking, cold calling, sitting in open houses, doing floor time, right? The more I did what they told me to do, the more I was like everybody else. Did I make a living? Yes. Was I super successful? No, not until I focused on what it was the seller wanted. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. Well, how does that work? Great. They're going to call me and I'm going to meet with them. And sometimes I'll buy their home and sometimes I won't. Now we've got 5 or 6 or 7 offers. You want to buy it? You can buy it. But we have 5 or 6 other people that want to buy it as well. Or we can do it the traditional way and we can list their home. They get to decide. Right now, you guys have one option, which in your option, unfortunately, is the same as every other real estate agent you compete with, right? What we're down to now is commission. Yeah, I interviewed you and you sound exactly like the other 3 agents I interviewed. What's your commission? Like, we can't blame the seller, right? What would you do? If you're selling your house, you didn't know anything about real estate, you're selling your house, you interview 4 different agents, and they all pretty much look the same, they sound the same, they say the same thing, but one agent's charging less for a very similar service, what would you do? You would go with seemingly everything else is the same. You would go with the realtor that charges you the lower fee, but we complain about that. But what would you do? Yeah. We don't even want to compete with that. We build a better mousetrap.
Yeah. And here's what's finding and telling. As I'm loading these institutions now, we've got 5 in the instant offer that load in right away. I'm loading in another 4. So that'll be a total of 9. But here's what I'm finding out. And as I gather more, I've got more appointments and talking to more institutions as they know that this is building out. It's like they want to be on the backside of this, that they're coming in. Here's what we're finding out. In certain areas, you take like Florida or Georgia or Tennessee or wherever, they're like this one that Carol had in Chandler. Homeward was 15,000, 20,000 over what the value is. They want that home. They want that home. That is in their buy box. So here's the deal. When you find somebody that will overpay for a home for the seller, do you think sellers like that?
This is a perception that we have to push against. A lot of realtors think, well, you know, I wouldn't want to do this because I'm not working in my seller's best interest.
I'm giving
No.
mobile offers. No,
Yep. Yep.
it's the reverse of what people think.
Correct. What we're
Absolutely.
talking about is in certain situations, the investor is willing to pay more than what Tim could sell the house for to doing it the traditional way on MLS, trying to find an outside buyer.
Right.
Here's here's a
and-
question from Kevin. I'm in Florida. I'd love to know more about this strategy. Here's another one. Ronald, is this something we would need to locate these investors on our own? No, we do it for you.
We have it all built. It's all built. It's all in the platform. It's in 48 states. We're opening Canada. This is the best hidden. I don't know what else to say. Craig, and you're the one that spurred this 9 years ago. So anyways, it's all available. It's there for you guys to take advantage of and to utilize. So
Well,
that's,
hey, Tim, I
you
just
can
thought
get
of
the
this.
system. You can get the system, yhscashoffers.com is where you go.
Okay, we're going to do 2 listing presentations, folks. All right, here's the traditional one. Blah, 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 blah. I'm great. My company's great. These are all the things we do to sell your house. Blah, 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 blah. And here's my commission. And here's the price, I think. Okay, here's your new presentation. Open your laptop and you say, which offer would you like to accept? You're not even talking about what you do. You're talking about what they get. They don't want us. They want a result. Okay, let's go back to the Subway example. I want to push Uber Eats app and I want this. I don't care. It's an $8 sub and I'm going to pay $20 for it. Some of the sellers are okay selling it for less money if for the certainty, to know the closing date, to not have to do the repairs. Some of them are willing to sell for less. Sometimes we're able to get them more money than they could get if they sold it the traditional way and listed their house and then went through months of showings. You don't want a relationship with the guy that owns Subway subs.
Here's the cool thing that we built in all the agreements, is that, so say Kevin there in Florida, he said, hey, we're in Florida. Kevin, if you were to buy, if one of the investors were to take the home down, they come back on the market, you would be the listing agent for that. So they'll never go outside. When they sell it, you are the agent when they get ready to sell it. Okay. If you're still in business.
Yeah. Could be 20 years from now.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever. It's you.
Yeah. So when you order the sub, you want the sub, you're willing to pay more to get it delivered. You don't want to, the point I was trying to make, I don't know if I made it, is you're not looking to have a presentation from the person at Subway Sub. We believe that, okay, the seller wants to have a presentation. They want to know about our company and our culture. Nope. They want to get their house sold.
You know what sub you're going to order before you even go online. You know yeah, same thing with the seller.
Okay. Let me try another analogy. How many of you, when you're buying a car, want a relationship with the car salesperson versus you just want the car you want at the lowest price, and you would prefer if you didn't even have to talk to a car salesperson? In fact, you're suspect that the car salesperson might try to sell you the car where they make the most amount of money. They might not tell you about other cars that would be of interest to you because they make less money doing that. You probably know more about the car than the salesperson, the colors, the options, because you've done your own research. You do your own research. You do as much as you can to try to avoid the salesperson. And then Carvana comes along, so you can buy it without the salesperson. We'll deliver it to your house. Try the car for 30 days. You don't know whether you're going to like it or not. If you don't like the car, we'll come and pick it up and give you all your money back. Okay. I can drive to the mall. I could drag my 22-year-old son to the mall, or we can just go to Amazon and the thing that we want will be delivered to our door later today. Okay. Do not underestimate the power of convenience. right? The more you look like and sound like the other real estate agents, the less money you're going to make. Okay, the more you focus on what buyers and sellers really, really want, the closer you can get to what they want. I don't
Yeah.
want to list their house. Okay, that might have been necessary up till now. It might have been the necessary evil, but if you come along with a better offer, going to the mall used to be the way that we had to buy things. Now I can go to Amazon and get it this afternoon, right? I used to have to drive to Subway, right? And there's many times if you're busy, it's like, you know what? I'd rather not eat. I got to drive down there. I got to wait in line. The hell with it. I'll just not eat, right? Or I can press a button. I don't care if it's $20 for the $8 sub. This is what people want. They want convenience. And
So what-
yeah, go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. One thing too is that the institutions didn't like to bid on listed properties, listed homes. Like they all wanted the off market, but I'm changing that thinking with them. And so we now are doing offers for listed properties. So we have one of our members in the system that is now the buyer. So he sees a Remax or EXP, listing that's not selling 90 days. He just submits the offer through. We have a consumer front facing link of this, and the listing agent or the seller will go and put all their information, and then he's getting the co-broke plus. Then what brought me to this question? There's a 3% fee or a commission fee, so he's making 6 to 10% just being the buyer with the cash offer institutions to sell that seller's home with another agent. Are you guys tracking with me on this?
Kevin has a question. He says, so if I have a client that I've not listed yet, the list price would be around $1 million. Do you find this works with higher priced homes?
Yes, we're up to 3.5 million. Great for luxury homes. From 100,000, we don't go below 100,000. There are some $100,000 homes out there, but we don't do anything under 100, up to 3.5 million.
And I can see this really appealing even more so to wealthy people. It's like convenience is important to them, right? So
Privacy.
if I own a $3 million house and it's going to take a long time to sell, perhaps a $3 million home, so I'm rich. I'm a wealthy guy. I own a $3 million house. Do I really want hordes of people coming into my house? They might scratch my Rolls Royce. I don't want that, right? Even if I had to sell my house for a little bit less, if I had to sell my house for 50 grand less, but I get it done with now, and I have to go through the inconvenience of months and months and months on the market. I don't have to do any repairs. It's just over with. The certainty, okay? I don't have to lose my privacy.
Right.
What can everybody see how, as a homeowner, that's attractive to you?
Yeah, and then the home sells, and then you got a great testimonial, raving fan. It just seamless, easy. They're not dealing with appraisals, people in the home, another buyer killing them on the inspection. It's just there's just none of that. And so
you don't have to spend too much time about.
Yeah.
You guys all know how the traditional way sucks,
Yeah.
right? You know that if the deal blows up on the inspection, you know
Dude, this will really
horrors.
run you guys, because once you go through this, you'll never want to do. I mean, it's that easy. You just sign it and it's done and it closes. You're just at the end, you're just making sure you got the keys, or the keys are on the counter. That's
okay. So let me play devil's advocate. What's the downside with this then?
That's a really good question. I think the downside to this is that the total population in the US, like Arizona, southern states, Texas, people are getting educated very quickly about cash offers, how easy it is. There is a stigma out there when you get like Texas up, that this isn't real. Nobody will buy my home for cash. I'll get a low ball offer. That's some of the stigmatism, and that's furthest from the truth. So when you can come in and show them and say this is real, and give them the agreement on it, the contract on it, then they get it. But
you know what? For years, when I was promoting your home sold or I'll buy it, we had the same skepticism, right? Well, it'll be a low ball offer or whatever, but it caused them to call me and sit down with them and see that actually this was a very good deal for them. So number one, this is going to get lots of sellers to call you. Would you guys agree? This is a better offer, right? Here's your offer right now. Maybe I'll sell your house. Maybe the way I sell your house is better than the other agents, but you still got to go through weeks or months of pain and torture. And then you're going to get beat up on the home inspection. You got to do all kinds of repairs, and maybe it'll close and maybe it won't close. And we don't really know. We don't really know when you're going to get the money. That's the old way. Or here's the new way. No long, song and dance in your listing presentation. It's like, we got 5 offers on your house. Which one do you want?
Push a button. Done.
That's it.
That's it. It's just,
okay. That's what sellers want. I'm going to push a button and get my house sold.
hey, Craig, I want to money. Let's talk about commission. There is something in the chat. Okay. We don't get in whatever you want to charge for a commission. You can charge. So that's up to you on the offer. We do build in some fee, like some commission upwards to, 6%, because they're passing through, they want to buy the home, they want a consult. So we pass a lot of that through, all of it through, but you can charge more. We're having some of our folks, make 12-14% on deals daily.
A lot of realtors will not believe this, right? Like,
yeah,
guys, be open-minded about this.
Yeah. And you think, whoa, that's totally not legit or, ethical or whatever. But I'm when you're bringing in an offer and the seller says, hey, if you just give me this, and they're bringing in the offers and they're putting it in the fees of the service fee. It's not a commission. It's called a service fee, right? Our service fee is X. And they take the offer, and that's your fee. And
so you get to decide whatever you're comfortable with, 3%, 5%, 7%. You guys put your fee in. And the point that Tim's making is, don't be surprised that you're going to get a lot higher fee when you offer them something they want that they can't get anywhere else. Does that make sense? I mean, guys, what's better? Keep doing what you're doing now, but literally everything that you're doing now, and I don't know this, I don't know you guys, but could we argue that whatever you're offering the seller now, they could pretty much get the same thing from another real estate agent? And you have thousands and thousands of real estate agents you're competing with. And this is why sellers aren't ringing the phone off the wall.
Yeah.
Right? This is why you got to call them, because you ain't got something that they really want that they can't get anywhere else. So how do we change this? You do what I did. I'm a nobody in real estate. Even my father told me not to get into real estate. And he was right. And they taught me to do it the same way as everybody else. And I got average results until one day I said, your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. I didn't change marketplaces. I didn't get smarter. I didn't get more experienced. The same guy in the same marketplace, but I just have a better offer. And I plastered that offer everywhere. And all of a sudden, overnight, I get people calling, how does that work? I don't know. I haven't seen your house yet. Okay, now Tim's taken this. And he's like, well, what would be better than one cash offer is, why don't we bring them 17 cash offers?
Right. And a different variety. And it's just trying to get to what the seller wants. There's a great question in the chat. I want to address this, Craig. It says, have you ever had a situation you had no offer or low ball offer? Yeah, you get situations like big farmhouses, 40 acres. We can't offer on that, guys, just because it's too hard to comp. Farm ranch type properties, we can't offer. Mobile homes, we don't offer on, but everything else in between we do. And if we do get a low ball offer, here's what happens. So when you're in there and you have a lower offer that doesn't meet the seller expectations, right? So let's just play this through. The seller says, we really wanted 500. You gave us a $400,000 offer. It's just not going to work. If we could get 500, we'd be happy. But what did that seller just tell you? So don't ever discredit the offer, right? Because it's low ball offer. The sellers told you what they're looking for. So you could just turn around and flip.
Well, not only have they told you what they're looking for, you are sitting at their freaking kitchen table.
And now you can say,
right.
if we bring you that offer,
of this offer, yes.
If we bring you that offer, would you do business with us?
99% of the battle, would you guys agree, is getting to the kitchen table with somebody that wants to sell, and they chased you down. They called you.
Yes.
Or you can keep doing this. I'm going to buy 10,000 Zillow leads. I'm going to sit in the phone until my neck breaks to get 3 people to pick up the phone. And they're going to say, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't order that. Somebody was playing with my phone. Do you guys want to do that? Or would you rather instant cash offer? Instant cash offer in your home, and we can fulfill the promise. And here's your listing presentation. Let's practice, right? Your old presentation is blah, 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 blah for 45. Here's your new presentation. Which offer would you like? We got 5 of them. Okay, now they like that better than what you're doing right now. You can fight it all you want. You can talk about, you can be closed-minded. You can say this won't work. You can be the biggest skeptic in the world, but you are literally costing your family hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars by being closed-minded. Tim, what kind of production did you and your mom and your team do last year?
$6.5 million.
$6.5 million in commission. You know what that means? So we're not talking about they sold a $6.5 million house. We're talking about they made $6.5 million in commission income. Okay, Tim, before you met me, what kind of volume were they doing?
Oh man, we weren't hardly, Craig, we were doing maybe as a family team, and you know, there's a lot more to it than just the offer, because you help build businesses and help people along all of every bit of building a business, but we were doing a little under $500,000.
Okay, still
And-
good, right? $500,000 is
Yeah,
fantastic.
But it was tough.
But
It
you're
was
doing
tough.
10 times that now.
Yeah.
Now,
Here's the thing: we don't.
your team had been in business for a long time. Everybody knew you. What changed?
The offer. Yeah, the offer, the buyer, you know, and that's some, you know, I'm open book. We've had some holes in our buying. We do probably 90-95% listings. You know, we're just out there helping sellers. And then when they have a home to buy, you know, we'll help them, but we need to do a better job. Here's what I'm telling you. We need to do a better job with buyers. We were always struggling with the off-market property, trying to find it through the MLS and stuff. Now that has changed this year for us, because we have the off-market. We can now get them to sign our rep agreements because they're fearful that they're going to miss out on that perfect opportunity, right? Every one of those properties in there is a perfect off-market opportunity for you to take that buyer in, call that seller and say, I got a buyer, you know, you didn't sell. I have a buyer that's interested. Would you be, if they bring you the right offer, would you be interested in selling? Sure. And you can bring that buyer and do the deal with us. It's legit. It's 100% legit. So that's going to help us change that course, Craig. There's so many great applications with this. I could go on and on, and just you guys would just be blown away at the success at the platform.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot for you guys to take in, but how many of you guys have enjoyed this? Let us know. I mean, today wasn't your usual podcast, right? You know, we're not like the usual real estate trainer. Most of these trainers, as you know, have not even successfully sold real estate, or when they did, they weren't very good at it. You want to learn from people actually making millions of dollars doing what they're talking about. Okay, we didn't talk today about, oh, here's how you can do a better open house, or here's how you know, you can run better Facebook ads. We're talking about revolutionizing the whole concept of your business. Instead of just doing what everyone else is doing, but working harder, right? Or trying to change it up, trying to run faster, or charge a lower commission. We're talking about changing the game here, folks. So drop your email address in. If you want more information, drop your email. What's it cost you to check it out? What's it cost you? Nothing. What's it cost you to not check it out? Well, you're never going to know what you don't know, right?
Yeah. The leads on this are phenomenal, because when they go through the consumer front facings, I could show it to you, but it asks every question. The sellers put in their photos, because they want the offer. So they want to give you all the information, because they know if they leave anything out, what does that mean? If I left something out, this means I'm not going to get a better offer, right? If I leave the photo of the kitchen out, or the photo of the front, or whatever, I'm not going to get the best offer. So they purposely put everything in the platform for you. And then we also ask one other critical question: are you thinking of buying a home? And half the time it's yes, we need to buy a home. All right. So there's a perfect opportunity to also help them with a home, and then have some.
And at that point, you can also tell them about getting access to off-market properties.
Off-market. And then we built it that way too. You remember Sync with the lender? Yep. Or doing some share cost in this, and some cross promotional and advertising marketing. We built it with that in mind as well, because that's a valuable thing for a lender to cross promote with you in the right manner. with Russ and all that. So anyways.
All right. Well, we better
good
wrap this up.
conversation.
We
Yes.
are out of time. Tim, I want to thank you
Yes,
so
great.
much for the last hour and a half that you've just shared game-changing information. Hope you guys enjoyed this today. You know, I know it's a lot to take in. It's not every day you jump on a podcast and you realize that you can totally reinvent yourself inside of the real estate industry, like I've done and like Tim's done. You can choose to be an ordinary real estate agent doing things the traditional way, or you can push against industry norms and standards. And instead of focusing on what they tell you to do and what everyone else is doing, I challenge you instead to focus on what it is that buyers and sellers really want. That's all this is about. Buyers want access to homes that are attractive to them that they can't find on their own. We know how to do that. You don't know how to do that. We know how to get access to unlisted and off-market homes. Some of the best deals sell before they're even available to the open public. If you could say to a buyer, do you know that some of the homes sell before they're even available to the open market? Okay, some of the best deals aren't even available to the public. Are you sick and tired of looking at overpriced listings on the internet? Okay, would you like free access to homes that nobody else knows about? You're the only buyer that would know about these properties. If you could say to sellers, we can get you an instant cash, not one offer, but 4 or 5 or 7 offers. Well, what would the offers be for? I don't know. When can we meet at your house? Go through it all with them. Okay. Let them choose which offer they want. You get paid either way. The conversation isn't about why they should hire you. Conversation's about which offer they're going to take. Game changer.
Yeah.
My track record's very public, folks. Look it up. Tim's track record, very public. Research these guys. Carol Roy's team. Okay. Arizona. Google Craig Proctor, #1 Remax agent in the world. It's not that we were spectacular. We had better offers.
And the more you put this out there with an offer from how the consumer, like we mentioned in the beginning, the more calls people chase you down. And that's what it is, right? You want people chasing you down. If you leave a message, they call you back, right? How frustrating is when you leave a message and leave a message and leave a message and nobody will call you back, right? It's frustrating, right, Craig? We've talked about that for years. And you always want that consumer, that seller chasing you down.
If you got to chase them and they're not calling you back and they're not answering the phone and they're not interested, it's the offer.
It's the offer. Always
improve your offer, right?
Yeah, Craig, and you've taught us that for the past 20 years. Always about the offer.
What we believe, it's about being a better agent. And the answer is no, it's about having a better offer.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with you as an agent. You're perfectly equipped to help people. Okay. Stop getting training on how to be a better agent. Nope. Get training on how to get a better offer. That's the game changer.
That's
$6.5 million in GCI. Tim's got a better offer. Doesn't work 80 hours a week. Doesn't work 10 days of the week. That's the advantage. It's not, he doesn't have any superpowers. What he's got is a better offer. Stop thinking, oh, well, I got more training. I need more designations. I got to learn the latest technology. There's a new CRM. I got to learn that. No, that's not true. They want you to believe that. The people selling you this stuff want you to believe that you don't know enough. You're not good enough. You need the latest. Nope. You need a better offer.
Always.
Let's get down to the bare basics here. What do sellers want? What's the number thing they want? They want to get their house sold.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even want to list it. They want a relationship. Nope. They want to get their house sold. They don't want a relationship with a realtor any more than you want a relationship with the guy that makes your sub at Subway. Thank you.
It is the truth, though. It is the truth. People are more private now than ever before. They want to pick and choose who their friends are. We come along as real estate agents, think that we're going to be their friends for life and hang out with them at their favorite restaurants, and that's not the case always. It doesn't work that way. So we just give them the offer, allow them to self-check themselves out.
How many of you want to be friends with your car salesperson?
Yeah.
I don't even want a car salesperson.
Right.
I want the car at the lowest price.
Right.
Tim,
No,
I think we've,
we,
we've got people leaning in here at least, Tim. How can
Yeah.
they reach you if they want to contact you?
yeah,
Or can they
if you have any questions, I'm an open book. I'm here to help anybody out. You can reach me at 602-703-8841. That's 602-703-8841. And I'll answer any questions offline here. You can call me anytime. I'm always available. I'm always here to help. And Craig, I appreciate you, because here's what I know. Craig has helped me and my mother throughout the years, and just not from a coaching standpoint, but friendship, with always great input and wanting us to do better. And it's a relationship, and hopefully I can help you guys. And that's what it's all about.
Well, you've done a great job here, Tim. Everybody, let us know how much you appreciate Tim's time here. Drop your comments drop your comments in here. Let us know what you thought of today's session.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you guys like to learn more about how to improve your offer? How do you get your buyers access to unlisted and off-market properties? How do you start making an offer to sellers that they can get a guaranteed upfront, not offer, offers? How do we do this? Okay, that's where the focus should be. Don't be focusing on why this won't work. You should be ready to crawl over broken glass to find out, well, how can I do this? How can I make this offer? And as Tim said, once you start doing this, we've never had anyone say, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. I'd rather go back to cold calling. I'd rather go back to calling thousands of leads on Zillow to try to beg somebody to meet with me so I can tell them, my listing presentation. People don't want to talk to you on the phone, and people don't want to have to meet with you at their kitchen table just to find out what you do. They want a result. They'd rather not list their home for sale. Guys, you know this as real estate agents. When you've moved, you hated it. You're a real estate agent and you hated the process of selling your house and moving. It's painful. It's terrible. We've got a better plan. Okay. It's not very difficult to convince home sellers that you've got something better here. Watch this. You run the ads and watch what happens. Okay. You can be a skeptic all you want. Ignore this. Just pretend this didn't happen. But I promise you this, once you hear this, you can't unhear it.
Yeah. It's powerful. And that's some of the other stigmatism agents, quite from an offer standpoint, are they're thinking slow ballers. They're not going to get an offer or anything like that. And I'll say a bad offer is a good offer. That's why I always remind people, even if it is a bad offer, most offers are great. But if you do get one, it's what you do with the offer to go find out what the seller wants, right? And it's putting you in that door before anybody else. Again, what home sellers are thinking is, what can I sell my home for? They're not thinking about listing the home or calling an agent. The first thing they're going to check out is, where do I get cash offers and what does that look like? And they're going to check it out. And here's what's really cool about it. So Craig, here's something that I've been experiencing, and we'll wrap this up here. I know you got to run, but something I've experienced over the last 6 months is when we just do what we call unbranded ads. I think we're the inventor of that back in the 90s, of not having your names solely attached to the ad, right? Just receive multiple cash offers. We set this up as a marketing company and testing, right? So we just said, receive multiple cash offers in minutes, put your name and address in, and we'll give you cash offers in seconds, basically is what the ad says. It was amazing how many people came to that, and it didn't have a real estate company on it. And they put in their information. And then we just turned around and we called them and said, hey, this is Royse team. We have your cash offers. When can we come by and see it?
Well, there's no downside in trying something new, folks.
Yeah.
If you're not happy with the results that you're getting now, why not check this out? Will all the home sellers in your area be interested in this? Nope, we're not saying that. We're just saying there's a larger percentage of homeowners every year, a larger percentage of them are more interested in selling off market to a cash investor. And the offers from the investors are getting better and better. And sometimes the offer from the investor is superior to what you could get the homeowner net in their pocket if you put it on the market the traditional way. Now look at the stats. In Texas, last year, 28% of the homes sold off market to investors. Like, that's pretty big, right? This is a thing. Wall Street sees residential real estate as an asset worth investing in. Those are the buyers. So when Tim says he's got the buyers, he's not saying I got Mary and I got John. No, he's got big investment companies. Someone said, well, they buy homes in Ohio. They'll buy homes anywhere.
Yep.
Okay. Now, the question is, are you interested in this? What's the worst thing that could happen? You get more information on this, you're like, okay, it's not for me, right?
Yeah. Hey, here's what I tell people. Sellers and real estate agents are skeptical. Yeah, I walk in, I got 9 offers for a seller. I haven't met you and I'm bringing offers to you.
We're going to wrap it up, guys. If you've enjoyed the interview, please let us know your questions, your comments in the chat below, and let us know what you think. Okay. Drop your email address in. We can get you information on this. We are out of time, though. We like overtime on this one, but it was a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm real estate coach Craig Proctor, and I've been interviewing Tim Evans from the Phoenix, Arizona area. Google him, check him out. Feel free to contact him. We'll drop his information into the comments below. And thank you so much for watching our interview today. Take care, and we'll see everybody next time.
Bye-bye now.
Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.